Hi dear students, dear friends, welcome to Gallant IAS and I'm Justin. Prelims 2021 is just over and UPSC always thrills the aspirants with a certain amount of unpredictability, and that is the beauty of UPSC. They maintained unpredictability this year also. The questions were so unique. We have seen a return of some old type of questions, assertion reasoning type of questions are there, and some new sort of like sports questions are there. Sports, Olympics, awards, personalities, yeah. But if you ask me what was the level of difficulty, I would say it was a moderate paper. It was not that much difficult, not that much easy. So we will have a detailed analysis of this paper, Prelims 2021 paper 1 and 2 in another session. Today, now I will discuss on the history questions in Prelims 2021. Yeah. If you check from 2011 to 2021, these are the number of questions asked by UPSC. 2011 see 13, then 21, then 16, 21, 17, 17, 14, 21, 18, 20, and this year they asked 21 questions from history. Now always modern India dominate the scene. Majority questions always being asked from modern India. 8 questions are there, ancient India 4, medieval India 4, culture 5, total 21 questions are there. So history, I would say that if you have done history preparation thoroughly, if you have revised it multiple times, majority of the questions are very easily answerable. Okay, they are not too much difficult questions. Yeah, of course, some culture questions, as you always, some very difficult culture questions were there. Okay, maximum 4 to 5, but I would say 15 to 16 questions are very answerable questions if you have done this revision thoroughly. If you have prepared this history syllabus thoroughly, obviously you could have scored minimum 15 to 16 questions from history alone. Okay, some questions, especially some culture questions, were too tricky. Let's have a look into these questions. With reference to the history of ancient India, Bhavabodhi, Hastamala and Chameshwara were famous. In the session itself we discussed, okay, even though we couldn't discuss on that Hastamala and Chameshwara, we discussed on Bhavabodhi, and we have seen that many historians equaled the Sanskrit works of this Bhavabodhi with that of Kalidasa. Okay, so he was regarded, or he was equaled with the work of Kalidasa. So he was a great playwright, he was a dramatist. He has written many Sanskrit dramas, Sanskrit plays, okay. With that single clue, you will come to a very decent conclusion that Bombay is the answer. Yeah, moving on to next one. Montague Chelmsford reforms of 1919 recommended granting voting rights to all women above the age of 21. Still here, there is an option for elimination. When you think about reforms of 1919, we have learned what were the objectives behind this passage of 1919 Act, what all the reforms of Montague Chelmsford. Okay, all those we have seen, and there is no provision for all women, voting rights to all women. Okay, now the keyword is all women, all women. That is not happened till 1935, even that happened even after 1935. So the first one straight away you can eliminate. Government of India Act 1935 gave women reserved seats in the legislature. Obviously that is true with the 1935 Act. So I am telling you, the reforms, constitutional reforms, are very, very important for you. At least from 1858, Government of India Act 1858 to Government of India Act 1935, all their provisions, recommendations are very important for you. 2 only is your answer. Now, who of the following associated with the songs from prison, a translation of ancient Indian religious lyrics in English? This is something which is related to, this is Gandhiji. That is during his stay in this Erwada prison. He also has that, during that leisure time, he has the habit of translating or writing something. And of course, the songs from prison, this is translation of ancient Indian religious lyrics in English by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi in 1930s in the Erwada jail. Okay, translation of this religious text of Upanishads or Manusmriti, or of these religious works of Mirabai, Tulsidas, Kabir, etc. Okay. Now with reference to medieval India, which one of the following is correct sequence in ascending order? See, ascending order from small to bigger ones, larger one. So correct sequence of these following. Paragana, Sarkar, Suba. We discussed that Mughal administration, we discussed Sher Shah Suri's administration, we discussed about the central state administration, division of this empire into Subas and head is Subedar. Then we have seen it is Sarkar, Sarkar divided into Paraganas, Paraganas into village. So the smallest part as per these options, you know, that is Paragana, then it is Sarkar, then it is Suba. Suba is something, provinces. Empire is divided into provinces. Provinces were divided into Sarkars and Sarkars were divided into Paraganas, Paraganas into villages. Okay. So the right option is A. Who among the following was associated with the secretary? Who among the following, was associated as secretary with the Hindu female school, which later came to known as Bedouin female school? We studied this when we studied this. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, socio-religious reformers of modern India. We discussed the contributions and achievements of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, where we studied that yes, he was the same person in association with the Drinkwater Bedouin. He helped this Drinkwater Bedouin to establish this Bedouin female school in 1849, which we studied in our module socio-religious reform movements. So here that is associated with Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. With reference to 8th August 1948 in Indian history, which one of the following statement is correct? We already studied in our session. This Quit India, which was launched on August 8, 1948, which is August Kranti, we have seen it. Okay. So this is something 8th August 1942 in Indian history, which was one of the following statement is correct. Okay, that is matching with the Quit India resolution adopted by this All India Congress committee. Okay. So rest of them is not matching. You know when the Congress ministry is resigned. Okay. So here A is the answer. Quit India resolution adopted by All India Congress committee. In context of colonial India, Shahnawaz Khan, Prem Kumar Sehal and Gurbaksh Singh Dillian, they were remembered as exactly when we studied INA trial agitations, we discussed this also. In the very module we discussed this also. You might have seen this. Okay, Red Fort trial, November 1945 to May 1946. Court-martials of these INA officers for treason, torture, murder and abetment to murder. It was the first trial was a joint court-martial of Colonel Prem Sehgal, Colonel Gurbaksh Singh and Major General Shah Nawaz Khan. Okay, so this is something which is related to, what is the question asked to that? This is something which is related to officers of the Indian National Army. Okay, these are the great people of this, or these are the people who faced these Red Fort trials. Okay. With reference to Indian history, which of the following correct? Nizamat of Farkot emerged out of Hyderabad state. Logically, it is not matching. Geographically, it is not matching. Mysore kingdom emerged out of Vijayanagara Empire. That is true. But the Rohilla kingdom formed out of territories occupied by Ahmad Shah Durrani. It was more logic. I mean, the logic could be like this. Rohilla kingdom, it was a rebellious kingdom. There are many neighbor kingdoms. They were fighting against this Mughal empire. And when these later Mughals become weak in their administration and personality, many of these neighbor kingdoms or these rival kingdoms, they become independent. And this Rohilkhand kingdom, it become independent out of these Mughals. Okay. So I think here the best option can be 2 only. Bombay is the answer. With reference to India terms, Halbi, Koi pertain to dance forms of Northwest India, musical instruments, prehistoric cave paintings, tribal languages. See, something which is very similar to the ascent of this tribal language. You might have seen that, you might have experienced it. Okay, the tribal languages of Central India, tribal languages of this Eastern India. Yeah, here Halbi, Koi, these are some tribal languages. These are some tribal languages. Okay. Which of the following is correct? Achanta caves lie in the gorge of this Wagora river. Sanji Stupa lies in this gorge of Chambal river. You see that here there is mixture of history and geography. In fact, if you have studied history, if you have studied the physical geography very well, okay, if you have done this revision of this geography very well, if you know these locations of Indian rivers, mountains, etc., of course you can answer this question. Here the beauty is like they have meshed. I mean, they made a single question of multiple questions. You can expect 2 to 3 questions in a single question. That is another beauty of UPSC. So here you see this, the best matching is which is A only. Okay, which is A only. Now, consider the following statements. 21st February is declared to be International Mother Language Day by UNICEF. So here they will trick you. They will cheat you by simply changing some keywords. Okay, instead of UNESCO, they have used UNICEF here. Because of that, that first one can be eliminated. Second is right one, because recently we read about, this was in the news, it was discussed very recently. So second can be the correct one. The first is wrong. Instead of UNESCO, they used UNICEF. Yeah, Chausat Yogini temple situated near Morena. This is something which, due to this, it is in the news, since we have seen the news or articles related to this new building for Indian Parliament. Yeah, see, it is a circular temple built during reign of this. Okay, again you just see, this is a fourth statement type question. But in the second statement, you can see that it is the only circular temples built in India. There are many circular temples built in India. So since they say this is the only circular temples, you can eliminate. Logically, you can just, you can eliminate that statement. If you eliminate that, come to the choices given here, A, B, C, D. Yeah, A will be straight away A, B and D will be eliminated. You will come up with the answer C, which is 1 and 4 only. Which one of the following ancient towns well known for its elaborate system of water harvesting? This water harvesting, water management system elaborate these artificial dams and this like what is called this stone wells, etc. We discussed with Dolavira. Okay, so Dolavira is known for its water harvesting and this water management system, and that is Dolavira. A is your answer. In the first quarter of the 17th century, in which of the following were the factories of East India Company located? So the first quarter means, you take it from right from this establishment of British East India Company till this 1625. Okay, so there you can go for, yeah, initial factories of this British East India Company included Broch, but not 2 and 3. Okay, we can go for 1 only. From the decline of Guptas until the rise of Harshavardhan in the early 17th century, which of the following kingdoms holding power in North India? Yeah, you see, Yadavas of Devagiri, they come up to 12th century AD. They are asking about early 7th century AD. So, Yadavas of Devagiri, that you can eliminate. Okay. Again, Paramaras of Malwa, you can. So, here what I am saying is that the timeline, you should know the timeline of history. You should know the chronology of the events. That is very important for you. So, you eliminated that 2 and 5. You come up the answer with the answer 1, 3, 4 and 6. Bombay is your answer. Now, Portuguese writer Nunes, according to him, women in Vijayanagar Empire were experts in which of the areas? Okay, many foreign historians, travelers visited Vijayanagar Empire. They made their views about various customs and systems and traditions and practices of Vijayanagar Empire. Nunes says that women were experts in wrestling, astrology, accounting, soothsaying. All are matching. 1, 2, 3, 4, your answer. Delhi is your answer. Mandapalli of Andhra Pradesh, which one of the following is correct? Again, this is a bit confusing, because when it comes to Andhra Pradesh, when it comes to Pingali Venkaya designing this tricolor of Indian national flag, you may feel that end up with the A as the answer, but the reality is this is Ravindranath Tagore translated national anthem from Bengali to English here. Okay, so he was invited by the principal of this Mandapalli Besant Theosophical College, and there he translated this national anthem from Bengali to English, and the principal's wife Margaret, she composed the tune for this national anthem also at the same college. Okay, so here answer has to be Ravindranath Tagore translated national anthem from Bengali to English here. Now there is another match the pair type question. Historical plays well known for. Here this type of the questions, again I am telling you, historical places and their significance, relevance. This is something which we study in our culture part. This is important for you, and here answer has to be 2 and 3 only. 2 and 3 only. It was during the reign of Iltutmish Genghis Khan reached Indus. This we discussed here. Many things we discussed in our classes. Why Genghis Khan and why Genghis Khan, he crossed or reached this Indus, and why this Iltutmish could not, or he didn't offer asylum to or shelter to this Central Asian prince. Okay, all those things we discussed. So here this 2 can be eliminated and this 3 can be eliminated. Okay, because we already studied that Vasco da Gama arrived 1948. He arrived during the time of this Saluva dynasty ruler Imadi Narasimha. Okay, so 2 and 3 straight away can be eliminated, and you are coming up with this answer, which is 1 only. Francis Xavier, moving on to another question. St. Francis Xavier was one of the founding members of Jesuit community, Jesuit order, true. And he died in Goa, and a church is dedicated to him here. A church is dedicated to him. Actually, the fact is he is not died here. He died in China. Feast of Francis Xavier is celebrated in Goa each year. That is true. 1 and 3 can be your answer. C is your answer. Now there is a question which is about, this is again with reference to this ancient India, with reference to history of ancient India. So the recent amendment to this particular law is not applicable here. What was in practice in ancient India, that must be answered here. Yeah, Mitakshara was a civil law for upper caste, and Dayabaga was a civil law for this lower caste. That is logically we can connect with any civil law with the lower caste, upper caste. Okay, so just eliminate it. In the Mitakshara system, sons can claim right to property during this lifetime of the father, and the Debaga, it is only after death of. Second is correct one, and third is wrong. Okay, third statement is wrong. This is something a deeper question. If you haven't gone for that much deeper, yes, then you can't answer this. This was a very tough question, I would say. It was a tough question. Here answer has to be 2 only. But let me tell you, many questions were simply answerable if you have revised them very thoroughly. And see, if you put your pressure and strain into that, you will forget everything there. If you read it again and again, definitely you will get to the answer. That is simple things they asked. They made some statements very trickiest, or they twisted some statements by adding or deleting some words. Okay, so this is what UPSC is, or this is the way UPSC asks questions. Okay, that much only. Detailed analysis and entire paper analysis will be done separately. This is because of the request by many aspirants. I have done it. All the best for your mains preparation. So don't be concerned about your prelims score. Whatever the score, just forget about it. Prepare for your mains till this December. You prepare for your mains. You must have a very holistic preparation. Your essay and GS papers and your optional. Set a schedule for that. Prepare very well and take part, attempt the mock test series, answer writings, get the feedback, make your mains part super strong for your January exam. All the best wishes to all of you. Thank you.